Okay, guys, so I wanted to introduce you to Django. This is the most that we will be using throughout this whole class. Is Django is the Python framework that's going to help us build our web applications. And in that first lesson, we're going to do is e-commerce site. Django is fantastic. It makes things so much easier. It's not the same thing as a platform like WordPress, where you have to adhere to how WordPress is designed on the back end, um, with the exception of building your own applications within WordPress for WordPress. Django is something that you can do pretty much anything from the ground up, but it makes it a lot faster because they have built-in kind of functions and features. Anyways, you can learn so much about Django by just jumping into their djangoproject.com website. This is open source, so anyone can use it, and you can use it for free. Here's a few sites and companies that use Django: Pinterest, Instagram, Mozilla. Like, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that uses Django, and it's a very, very important important framework for the web development community, and very much so for the Python community. And in here, you can learn so much stuff about what's going on with Django. We're not going to cover everything because there's just so much stuff, and some things you just won't need in some of your projects or a lot of your projects. So this will definitely cover syntax. If you have any questions and you're lost on like how, maybe I defined something or didn't define something, and you want to know more, Django Project is a really good resource. It's not always that easy to read, because if you don't kind of know what's going on, then you'll see you'll see stuff that just really doesn't make sense. And hopefully I'll cover enough that you'll start to understand how a lot of these things work and how you can read this a little bit better. But that will be true once you go through some of the projects and you have a better understanding of how Python works and how all these models and views and URLs are interrelated to each other. It will be, for you at first, it will be a lot of copying what I do and then hopefully tweaking it a little bit to put it on what you do. So I definitely recommend you come here to Django. You could even go through the tutorial that they have. I do know that the tutorial is a bit out of date. I know they updated it somewhat recently, but it could be useful to go through it because they will explain some of this stuff to you in more detail than I will. But I promise you that I'm going to show you how to actually implement a lot of this stuff too. So, yeah. But the Django app, I mean, it's always good to just get more experience on writing with Django and using Django to build your application. For those of you who have a Mac, installing Django is going to be pretty easy. You can follow this right here, or you can use pip, and pip we will I'll actually show you how to install pip in another video, but as well as installing Django. So you can do pip install, but if you're on a Windows, you'll have to do some more research on how to get Django actually up and running, because it's made for Linux or Unix software. It's not really made specifically for Windows. So this is a brief little introduction to Django. I definitely recommend you go here and just kind of check it out, see what jobs are going, what community posts, and just all these different things about Django. That way you can start really kind of getting involved with the community and seeing what's going on with this stuff, because it's definitely a big community and it's growing a lot. So anyways, that's Django, and let me know if you have any questions or if you think that I missed something and you want and I should add it. Yeah, we will see you next time.